Guys, welcome back to Dixie Alley Weather Center. My name is Caleb Crick. Today is August 23rd, 2025, and I've got a lot of updates for you today on this Saturday, especially concerning some of those tropics. We might have multiple tropical waves out there, one that is going to develop as we go throughout this evening, and we'll move north towards Bermuda, maybe miss Bermuda on the eastern side. We do not expect any impacts to most land except for possibly Bermuda with this one. But there's another tropical wave that will head into the Caribbean as we go through the end of this week into the beginning of next week, and could reach some more favorable conditions in May that are more conducive for some development, and we'll have to continue to watch that down the road for possible impacts to the U.S. I'm continuing to watch it. No threats right now, but we will continue to watch that. Right now, it is not developing very well, but as it's moving through a lot of harsh environments, but as it moves into more favorable waters, we will have to continue to watch that, and some more tropical waves behind it. I'll also be talking about the much cooler weather and the rainier weather pattern that we're going to be seeing over the next couple of days, and then the dry air that comes in behind that and brings in a cool blast that most of us will be feeling, and some lows throughout the night in some areas will reach down into the 50s. All this and more is included in this video, so let's get right into it. Looking at the satellite view of the Dixie Alley right now, you can see we got a lot of shower and thunderstorm activity centered towards the southern parts of the United States. We also have a few scattered showers and thunderstorms parts of central Tennessee, northern Alabama, and then throughout parts of the Appalachian Mountains, parts of North Carolina. Some tropical conditions over here causing some disturbances with some rain showers, possible flooding. Got a few mesoscale discussions over here for areas near Atlanta, Macon, Georgia, and then over towards the coast, Savannah, Georgia, and up towards Charleston for some heavy rainfall, frequent downpours, a lot of heavy rainfall at 1 to 2 inches per hour. Could pick up around 3 inches in, throughout today, and then maybe even more as we go throughout the next couple of days, where we're expecting some more rain to conditions as we go throughout the next couple of days with that, the cooler air that is trying to mix with that warmer tropical air mass as we go throughout the next couple of days. Eventually, the cooler air will win, and we'll get into more of a dry, cooler weather pattern, but for right now, we're under a pretty tropical air mass. The farther you go off to the west, the more dry it is, and the cooler it is. Areas like Mississippi not dealing with any of that rain today. A little cooler today, highs barely getting into the 80s, and then areas like Louisiana, maybe as you go towards the coast, some more rainy conditions. Throughout Florida, it's still pretty hot today, but there are some scattered showers and thunderstorms. A few scattered strong thunderstorms. If there is lightning, make sure you're getting indoors and away from windows, especially with some of those gusty winds, but not too much in the way of severe weather to talk about at all. But when we're not in severe weather season down here in the southeast, we are in hurricane season. Unfortunately, we still got to continue to monitor the tropics, as we still haven't even reached the peak of hurricane season yet. That will be mid-September. We're still not even to September yet. We're beginning to close off August. As we go into the beginning or the end of next week, I'll have my September forecast video, and you guys will have to check that out. Get ready for that when I post that. But we still have a couple tropical waves to talk about out there. Luckily, Hurricane Erin is out of our hair now, getting caught out in the jet stream, not causing any problems anywhere near us right now. We also have this other tropical wave that actually has a 100% chance of development over the next 48 hours. So we do expect this to develop as we go into this evening. National Hurricane Center says that a defined area of low pressure has developed, and we do expect this to become a tropical depression and even a tropical storm as we go throughout the next 24 hours. We also have this other area of tropical disturbance that we need to continue to watch. This one's only a 20% chance over the next 7 days and 48 hours. It is in some pretty harsh environments right now, but though it is a strong tropical wave, it is forming together. We didn't expect it to stay alive this long, so we need to continue to monitor it, especially as it moves into the Caribbean, because it will move into the Caribbean, so we got to continue to watch that as it moves through some really warm water. I mean, we will have some shear there, but if it can get past the shear and past the harsh environments, we will need to continue to watch that, because there are some very volatile conditions out there this time of year. Here's a look at the GFS model, just showing what kind of rainfall we can see over the next couple of days and what this model is picking up on for maybe some tropical development as we go throughout the future. You can see a lot of rainfall going throughout the day today. Showers and thunderstorms, parts of the southeast, Alabama, Georgia, all of Georgia in for some rain today. Parts of Florida, parts of South Carolina, parts of North Carolina into the Appalachian Mountains. For maybe an inch or two of rain in a couple of hours with some of those heavier downpours. Not everybody is going to see rain, but those who do could see some pretty hefty downpours, some pretty hefty rain totals as we go throughout the day today. Not much changes as we go throughout the day tomorrow. More scattered showers and thunderstorms, especially as you go towards the East Coast. Georgia, Alabama, it starts to be a little more scattered into the Appalachian Mountains. A few scattered showers and thunderstorms. Most of it will be centered along the coast. Like today, some flash flooding concerns possibly an issue in areas like Charleston and Savannah, Georgia, for some excessive rainfall totals, and then some scattered showers and thunderstorms throughout parts of Florida. Not expecting much in Mississippi and Louisiana as we go off to the east, or off to the west, more drier and cooler conditions. But as we go further into the week, it will dry off for most of us. You can see back here, this will be what could potentially be Tropical Storm Fernand as we go throughout the next 24 hours potentially. But as we keep going to the future, not much in the way of tropical activity. We will dry out across much of the Dixie Valley. You can see not much rain except for maybe down here in parts of Florida. We could get some more rain where more tropical environment, more warmer temperatures. We're going to be a lot cooler off to the north. By this point, we're going to have low temperatures in the 60s and 50s off to the north, and I'll show you guys that in a minute. But as we go farther into the future, according to the GFS model, it's been picking up on this for quite a few days now, and it hasn't really been changing. So when we start to see consistency on models like this, we need to continue to keep a close eye on it. It shows a front maybe coming off of the coast of the Carolinas and then maybe really quickly trying to spin up here. You can see an area of low pressure that really quickly pops up. This would be by September 2nd, the beginning of September. This would be by next week, Tuesday on the week after next week. So it's still pretty far out there. Things could definitely change. We need to continue to watch something like this. GFS model has been putting this out there the last couple of days. We need to continue to watch that, and it will show it really quickly try to spin up into maybe a tropical storm. We really can't say that this is going to happen. Nothing is locked in yet, especially this far out in the future. This is almost 2 weeks out in the future. So something we're going to continue to monitor, but when a model continues to show the same thing day after day, we do need to continue to watch that. Off the coast of the Carolinas, something could really quickly spin off with any fronts. We usually see this time of year. It's very common. It won't have as much time to become like something strong like a hurricane. But we'll need to watch over the next couple of days, even into the month of September, where all the conditions are favorable for anything to happen. So we need to continue to watch that. But once again, I'll let you know as soon as anything looks concerning for anywhere in the Dixie Valley. Here's a look at the rain totals we can see as we go throughout the next couple of days. Like I said, it is going to dry out as we go into the beginning of next week. But as we continue to go out through the next couple of days, we will continue to see some of the flooding threat over there, especially along the East Coast in areas like South Carolina, Georgia, and Florida. We've seen a lot of rain in these areas this month. We've seen way above average rainfall, record rainfall even. It's been cooler than average, especially with the rain that's been coming throughout the days. A lot of rain. As we go throughout the next couple of days, we will continue to see that. See some of these purples showing up. That would be upwards of 3 to 5 inches of rain, maybe even higher than that locally. And this shows right around the Charleston area. So, Charleston is a low-lying area, so we'll need to watch for some street flooding there. Some flash flooding definitely in a possibility as we go throughout the next couple of days. Down here along the East Coast, parts of southern Georgia, even all of Georgia, and a lot of rainfall, 1 to 5 inches throughout most of Georgia. A lot of rainfall, and that's not even it as we go. This is only as we go into maybe throughout today, Sunday, and even Monday, where we'll have all those rain totals like way up there in 3 to 5 inches and locally higher amounts. Definitely a possibility. As we go through the next couple of days, we'll continue to see rain throughout the areas. Right before we get the dip in the temperatures, we will start to get a little bit more rain in areas like off to the west, like Mississippi and Louisiana. You guys are going to miss out on all the rain. Some areas will get rain, some areas won't. But luckily, we'll be able to dry off eventually, especially for some of these areas that really do not need much more rain. You can see the rain totals don't really start to grow much unless you're out in the sea. It's going to be raining out in the sea like it normally does because of all the tropical moisture out there. But luckily, most of this is going to stay off of land. It's still going to be kind of wet. It's still going to be above average rainfall for this time of year, but probably not as much as we've been seeing off towards the west, Louisiana. Maybe as we go into the end of next week, we'll probably get more rain in areas farther off to the west. The rainy weather pattern will shift farther off to the west as the high pressure system will move off farther to the west. Hotter conditions, mixing with cooler conditions, usually brings about more rain. So wherever those conditions mix, that's where you can see the most rain and thunderstorm activity. That's going to move off to the west. But once again, it's going to be a lot cooler, a lot drier for most of us in the Dixie Valley as we go into the next week. And like I've been showing you over the past couple of days, it is going to become much below average. The temperatures will be much below average as we go into the beginning of next week and throughout next week. The main areas for the coolest temperatures would be the main days would be between Tuesday and Thursday, where we'll have low temperatures in the 50s for some of us and high temperatures barely being able to get out of the 70s in some areas. The farther you go out to the north, areas in the Appalachian Mountains, highs could be in the 60s some of those days, and that'd be record-breaking in some areas. Way below average temperatures. The areas seeing the most below average temperatures, further out to the north, areas like North Carolina, South Carolina, expecting to see the most below average temperatures, and this is 6 to 10 days out. This isn't even the beginning of next week, where we're going to still see those much below average temperatures throughout much of the U.S. So this is going to happen for probably a week, maybe even longer. This is showing 6 to 10 days out. So, it's already starting to get cooler than average throughout much of the Dixie Valley. So this is going to last for a while. This isn't going to be a short-lived event. It's not going to be as hot as it has been. August has actually been a lot cooler than July has been. In August, we usually see those higher temperatures. September is where we usually get all our record-breaking temperatures, and we already saw those in July, and now we're hitting some cooler temperatures, getting maybe a glimpse of fall. But you guys in southern Florida, maybe southern Louisiana, still some warmer temperatures than the rest of us. Doesn't mean you guys aren't going to see cooler temperatures, but you guys are going to have more of an opportunity for those normal to maybe a slightly above average temperatures as we go throughout the next week, not getting as much of a relief as the rest of us. But I told you guys in my August prediction video, I don't know how many of you guys watched that, but I told you guys in Florida that you guys are going to be with the one area that is going to be mostly above average for most of the month of August, and that has really played out, the above average temperatures. But you guys also saw much above average rainfall this month, which I was not expecting as much rainfall as you guys have been seeing. And there has not really even been any tropical landfalls like tropical storms or hurricanes anywhere in that area. It's just been from, how moist the environment has been, how much tropical conditions there has been over land and coming out of the Gulf of Mexico. No like big systems, but a lot of rainfall across lots of the southeast throughout the month of August. There were a lot of surprises, a lot of things that we knew were going to happen. But once again, we're going to continue to see cooler temperatures throughout most of next week, throughout much of the Dixie Valley, except for southern Louisiana and southern Florida. And just looking at the dew or what the humidity levels could be like according to the European model, it just shows how big of a system this is. You can see the boundary between the the crazy moist environment that we have right now in the southeast, causing all those rain and thunderstorms, and then all this dry air that is trying to fight with it. And that's what's causing all the rain and thunderstorms that will continue over the next couple of days throughout parts of the southeast. But that will slowly start to move out of our hair as we go throughout the next couple of days, and we'll start to see more of the dry air start to come in. That moist air will continue to stay there for a little while as it will continue to rule over parts of the southeast. What does that mean? Moist days, rainy days, a lot of heavy rainfall, maybe some record-breaking amounts of rainfall, some flash flooding, possible localized flooding. But eventually, we will start to see the drier conditions start to win out as we go into the middle of next week and see this big bowl area that will come in, this big bowl of drier conditions that will come. This is up in the higher levels. Doesn't mean this is going to reach all the way to the surface, but this is really low humidity values, maybe as low as 15%. Now, we're not going to see that low at the surface because we're in summer, and usually down here, we call dry days 50% humidity. So it's going to still be more humid than, it is out in the deserts, but it's going to be a lot drier. Not as much rain and thunderstorm activity. It's going to feel cool, or it's going to be cooler, like I said, but it's also going to feel much cooler with those drier conditions. That's what causes heat indexes when we have those really hot days. The humidity makes it feel a lot hotter than it actually is. If it was much drier, it wouldn't feel as hot as it has been, or as it has felt through much of July and parts of August for much of these areas. But once again, it's going to feel a lot cooler, a lot drier. Big weather pattern flip as we go through the end of this month and into the beginning of next month. And once again, that is all the weather info I've got for you today. Thank you so much for tuning in today's video. It really means a lot to me. For those who have subscribed to this channel, make sure you're checking back for updates. I try to post videos every single day, so make sure you're doing yourself a favor and not missing a video when it comes out. We still are tracking 2 tropical waves. The first one that is going to develop will become Tropical Storm Fernand, but we will need to continue to watch that second tropical wave as it moves into the Caribbean and potentially into the Gulf of Mexico. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Get out there and watch some college football. Week 0 starts today. And once again, have a good rest of your day.